I'm our Boots, and welcome to my news show.
It's just bad news, bad news, bad news.
I'm not entirely sure what the range of dates is for this. I'm gonna say it's October 8th through October 23. I meant to have this out last week, however, towards the end of the week, there were a few more news stories that I decided to talk about, so it got delayed a little. It's not like it really matters. It's not exactly time-sensitive material. So I'm just gonna go on with it like any other news. Nintendo has officially announced their NX console, and it is no longer called the NX, it is called the Nintendo Switch. I will only show images for this portion of the video because I know that Nintendo also doesn't really like people showing off their stuff on other channels, whatever. Nintendo is weird with Content ID, so if you want to watch the actual trailer advertisement, then there's a link to that in the description, but for those of you that don't actually want to watch it, it's a portable console hybrid type thing. It looks like you plug it into, I assume this would also be a charging station that is hooked up to your TV. And you can play it like a normal console with detachable controllers, and then you can put the controllers back onto the portable version of it and play it outside in the real world. It is a little difficult to explain if you haven't seen it, but all you really need to know is it's a hybrid of a at-home console and a portable console. And it looks cool. I'm not like a huge Nintendo fanboy as some people are, and I'm kind of done with console gaming. So personally, I probably won't get it, but nevertheless, it looks pretty cool. The biggest things people have to worry about are battery life, which I've heard of multiple times that people are concerned about that, and of course performance. And probably how comfortable the controllers are, because I don't know how comfortable square controllers can be. But who knows, it might be more comfortable than it looks. Cuphead was delayed again. I don't know how many times that is, but it was supposed to be released this year, but then they moved it back to about mid next year. Studio MDHR thought about cutting the content in order to fit it in this year. I'm glad they didn't and are deciding to put in all the planned content, even though it is being delayed about 6 months. That's about it. There really isn't much to say about a game being delayed. It's practically not even news anymore because that happens so frequently, it seems like. I'm still looking forward to this game, but at this point, when it comes out, it comes out. I'm not too concerned about the release date. Maybe I should stop reporting on things like this, because then when it comes out, I'll be like, oh, hey, I remember that game. But there you go. There's the big news on Cuphead. PS4 might end up getting mod support after all. Bethesda has come out and said that PS4 will get mod support. But we remember what happened last time Bethesda made that announcement. Sony ended up saying that they didn't approve of it. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. It was supposed to come out back in June, and then a couple months later Bethesda told us that Sony wouldn't approve of it. The mod support is supposed to release with Skyrim Special Edition first. Who knows when Fallout 4 will get it, but it should be getting it sometime in the future. The big thing that keeps popping up in this article is the PS4 Pro and 4K, native 4K rendering. We will see. Just because they say it multiple times doesn't necessarily mean it will be true. Especially if people have a bunch of mods installed, I don't expect that'll work. Bethesda said that there is one limitation. You will not be able to upload external assets for PS4 mods, but will be able to use any assets that come with the game. I don't think Xbox One has this mod limitation. It might just be because Sony doesn't want naked people in their games. Rockstar has finally announced Red Dead Redemption 2, and I say finally because earlier they changed their profile picture on various social media websites. And then they released a picture that was very Red Dead Redemption themed. Then they released the trailer on Thursday. I will put a few images up, but not the actual video because Rockstar would probably content ID this. So the trailer really doesn't show a whole lot about the game. It shows parts of the world and it looks pretty. That's about all I can say. But it's also being released a year from now, and that's if it doesn't get delayed. If Grand Theft Auto 5 is any indication, then maybe early 2018. Maybe that's a little more realistic. And also, they haven't announced a PC version of it. Currently, they only mentioned that they're going to have a PS4 version and Xbox One version. But also, comparing it to Grand Theft Auto 5 again, I don't remember when they officially announced that they were making it for PC, but I don't think it was until after the game was released. I could be wrong about that, but it definitely wasn't when the game was announced. So, who knows? We could still get it on PC. I still don't understand why Red Dead Redemption was never on PC. Maybe because they think the only optimal way to play that game is with a controller. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but like I said, it's not coming out for at least another year, so I think I'm going to hold off on the hype train, at least for a couple months. We will see when more news actually is released about this. Valve has started making prototypes for a new Vive controller. These controllers are a little different because they are physically strapped to your hand. Hopefully, that means no more throwing controllers across the room. I don't know how much new functionality is going to be included in these controllers. Rather than just pressing buttons to pick things up, since it's actually strapped to your hand, you actually have to close your hand in order to pick stuff up. And in one of the 6-second videos, they sort of demonstrated that you can close your hand halfway. I guess that's cool. I don't really know if that's going to be useful in any way, but it's cool. I guess that feature is there now. So this is a very early prototype, and I imagine there will be more information later on more new and improved things. In smaller news though, Valve has also announced that the Steam Link will be built into some of the new Samsung televisions. That might be a bonus for some people, but I don't really know if that's a big selling feature. I don't actually know how popular the Steam Link actually is, and maybe that's why they're doing this, because people aren't really buying a Steam Link. I don't know. If you don't know what the Steam Link is, it basically connects your computer to your TV wirelessly so that you can play PC games while not sitting at your desk. So I don't know, it's kind of cool that it's being built straight into TVs, but like I said, I don't really know how often it's actually going to get used. I guess that's it for last week and the week before that. It's been a little while since I recorded really any of these, so I'm not entirely sure what I talked about, but I'm sure it's fine. If I missed something, I can always put it in the next news video I decide to make, whenever I decide to make it. But as always, the links to the various articles and trailers are in the description. Like I said, I didn't put the trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2 and Nintendo Switch, so if you want to check those out, I recommend actually looking at the real video and not just the still images I decided to put in here. But I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to rate the video accordingly, and subscribe if you want the occasional news video. Thanks for watching, I guess.